What's up, everybody? This is the Prime Cover Sports Network, but this is not the normal show, the normal cut. This is your boy Freddie, and I've been telling you, ladies and gentlemen, that Freddie Facts is coming. Now I'm here to let you know that Freddie Facts is here, because I mean, why are you watching any other show that's not bringing you the facts? They don't have Freddie on the screen. That means there's no facts, because you can't have facts without Freddie Facts. Well, I'm here to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, that this is going to be a different type of show. You better have some Tylenol, Advil, whiskey, because I'm bringing somebody on that used to be a part of a podcast called the Whiskey Hour. So that's already that's all you need to know. But this brother, I've been knowing him for years. He's a good brother. Me and him got in some heated debates, sports debates, where we both raged over time. I mean, we're over that. That's old. That's old, ladies and gentlemen. But I do believe that we can still ruffle each other's feathers from time to. But I want to welcome my brother, JJ McLovin. What's up, Jay McLovin? How you doing, brother?
I'm back. Just when you thought it was gone, he gonna come up out the dust like a freaking rising phoenix out of the ashes. What's up, baby? How you doing? It's good to be back, Fred. I appreciate you having me on. And yes, it is a heated debate. And just so we know, just so we clear, it's not Freddie Facts. It's always been Freddie's opinions.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to my opinions, then you're doing right in life. You're doing right in life because you can't live without me. You can't live without me. JJ, I'm pretty sure that you're watching the national championship, Indiana and Miami. Can you give us a quick recap of that game, real quick? What's been going on?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna tell you what's going on. So Miami. Coming into this game, we knew Miami had a defense. That was bar none. That was bar none. And I think it's a cornerback. His last name was Lucas, the one that was targeted, or the one that was suspended a game for targeting Ole Miss for the first half of this game. And he wasn't missed. They didn't miss a beat not having him there. Honestly, they've done the defense is probably the best thing that they've had going for them. They've only had 18 yards. In the first half. That you can't get that done. Carson Beck, this Carson Beck does not look like the Carson Beck from Georgia. Now, Carson Beck from Miami, in Ole Miss, that was good Carson Beck. Tony was doubled up and he was picking off the other guys, no problem. But it doesn't work like that with Indiana. Every corner on Indiana is good. So, it doesn't matter. So they literally have eliminated the passing game from Carson Beck. They've sacked him a couple of times even. But the one thing recently that just happened in the third quarter was Fletcher finally got going and had that long touchdown run. So right now it's 10-7. They're only down by 3. My question is, crystal ball. You're not going to hear this right now. But anybody out there that's with the U, y'all got to get Carson Beck and that passing game going. Because if you don't, it's done, killer. And right now they've had 2 penalties on the defense, which killed them. Actually, that's actually what led up to the one touchdown that they have, Freddie. They were driving, and it looked like there was and then they had a couple of penalties, and that actually extended them all the way down there, damn near to the red zone, and then they were able to get in on I think a run play. But at the end of the day, right now, it's Miami's defense is on fire. The run game has got going, but that passing game, Freddie, has not showed up at all. And that's not going to last forever. So at the end of the day, all I'm saying is, and I said this earlier, if they can keep the game close, 1 or 2 scores going into the fourth, really mean by 10, a touch and a field goal. But if they can get that going into the fourth, then I think Miami still has a shot at this. But at some point, if they don't get that passing game going, Freddie, it's going to be Indiana with the perfect season. I'm going to tell you, Freddie, you're watching the best damn team ever to grace a college football field in this Indiana Hoosiers. And I don't say that lightly because I'm a Longhorns fan and I hate the Big Ten. But even I can realize greatness when I see greatness. And Signetti, man, you're going to do what Nick Saban couldn't do. And if you have a perfect season, that's ridiculous.
Better not fumble it.
I'm just saying, and I hope I didn't put any bad juju on Signetti, but at the end of the day, man, go you, man. I hate the Big Ten.
Ladies and gentlemen, this will be the first time and last time you ever hear that I've made a mistake. That's a fact. JJ, please tell the people where they can find you because you run your own sports network as well. Please let the people know where they can find you, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Listen, we're Elite Sports and Entertainment Network. We're on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, and Twitch. Primarily Facebook and Facebook and YouTube are the best place to do it. Also, you can also go to Jason McMinn. That's my real name. You can go that one and find me on Facebook. And it has J McLovin in parentheses, so you'll know it's me. Check me out there. And if you don't mind, Freddie, if you don't mind, check us out every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Time on the Whiskey Hour. Me and Celeste chop it up every day. And if you guys haven't known this by now, Celeste is the next up-and-coming Taylor Swift. You heard it. I swear to you, Freddie, I swear to you, man, this girl is going places. She just got a Josie Award at the Grand Ole Opry. She's played for a lot of high potential people. Sheryl Crow, the producer for Sheryl Crow, just did her CD. This girl is coming up, and she is literally the next Taylor Swift. Put on your calendars. Celeste Marie Wilson, that's the next Taylor Swift. Watch what. But check it on the Whiskey Hour. You'll catch her on there all the time.
Y'all heard the man. Like I said, he's a good man, loving man, all that. Hey, that's enough of that little kumbaya type stuff. It's time to get to business. It's time to get to business. And this is one of the main topics that I wanted to talk to this brother about because I know this is my brother in the NFC East. And so we know one of the teams in the NFC East just made a change. Ladies and gentlemen, the Savior has arrived in the Big Apple. The Savior has arrived in the Big Apples. You heard the news on Saturday afternoon that John Harbaugh have officially signed with the New York Giants. It's a 5-year deal. He's replacing Brian Dable. Brian Dable, we thank you for the Coach of the Year run, the playoff year run. But hey, after that, you didn't do pretty much of nothing. But this man right here comes with a record. He comes with a resume. He has expectations. He knows what it takes to win. It might have been a long time ago, but he knows what it takes to win. And this is what this Giants team has been needing. They've been needing some stability. They've been needing a man in the room. They've been needing a leader in the room, and they got just exactly that. This New York Giants team is ready now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, I'm happy. We have young talent and Jackson Dart as a quarterback. And I want to touch on that as well. A lot of people say, oh, he got to stop playing the way he's playing. No, play aggressive. It's football, ladies and gentlemen. This is not ballerina. This is not golf. This is football. Football, they know what they go out there, they risking their lives. They're playing against grown men. So why are we having this little soft man mindset, this little soft man attitude? This is football, ladies and gentlemen. I love Jackson Dart's swagger fits New York. The kid wearing the little icy chain. Have you seen the Jason little chain he be wearing? He has the swagger. He has a swagger that fits New York. He can run with it. He can pass with it. I mean, he can do it all. And this question, maybe Harbaugh didn't do good with Lamar Jackson because that's pretty much what Lamar loved to do, just run. But now you have a quarterback that can throw the football. Then you still have the kid's neighbors. You have Skaterboo as the running back. And then you already loaded on defense with Abdul Carter. You have Brian Burns. You have pieces. This offensive line has gotten better this past year. We've seen improvement. They have draft picks. They have salary cap. This team can get better. And the fact that what I love the most, and I'm going to hand it over to you, Jason, after this, is that this man Harbaugh said, you know what? Because the deal was done Friday. They announced it Friday. And everybody said, why haven't he signed it? What's taking so long? He said, hey, I want to talk to John Mara myself. I want to report to the owner. I want to skip the general manager because our general manager, he sucks. He should have been gone a long time ago. But I just love the fact that he's going to talk directly to the owner. He's going to have an input on what the players that he want to bring in. He's going to have an impact on a lot of the personnel he want to bring in. And, hey, John Harbaugh is a winner, ladies and gentlemen. 160-plus wins in his career in Baltimore. 160 wins, 12-10 in the playoffs. He won a Super Bowl with Joe Flacco. And we want to crucify this man. 2019, Coach of the Year. Multiple AFC North titles. Hey, and you're the NFC East. Who's really your competition? The Eagles? We seen them crumble this year. The Dallas Cowboys? Are we sure Pickens is going to be back? Are we sure Jerry Jones won't get in his own way? And Washington Commanders, oh my, don't let me get started with them. Jason, please educate the people why John Harbaugh is he's going to be big in the Big Apple.
Absolutely, man. First of all, Pickens will be back. Jerry Jones already said he's going to get him under contract. It's just a matter of getting the dollars and cents. But no, he will be back. I think maybe you jumped the gun a little too soon, to be honest with you. The reason why I'm saying that is, yeah, you got John Harbaugh, and he's going to bring that offensive coordinator along with him, Monken. He'll bring him over to develop Jackson Dart and work because Monken pretty much is the one that developed Lamar Jackson. But these are two different quarterbacks, two different styles, and I'm curious to see how Monken is going to work with a guy like him. And here's the problem. The problem with Scatterbo and the problem with Dart is, and this is where I think John would be good at, is he's going to have to teach them. It's great to play with passion. Just don't play with stupidity, because a lot of times they take hits, and I'm really talking about Jackson Dart on this side of it, but he takes a lot of hits that he really shouldn't be taking because you are the general. And if you go down with an injury because you think that you're a linebacker or a running back or whatever, that's not a good thing. So he's going to have to talk to Dart and get him to understand that, hey, sometimes you got to take the slide, killer. You can't just take on every defensive person in the world. You got to learn how to slide. Scatterbo, on the other hand, I like his energy. So you got to let Scatterbo do what Scatterbo does. I think Tracy's good there because he's going to be a good change of pace for him. So it's going to be interesting to see Malik Neighbors coming back as well. So you'll have Malik Neighbors back. But you're going to have to – and I think you got Wan'Dale Robinson, so I think you're good there. I don't know who your tight end is. Who's your tight end over there?
We definitely need one, especially since after Evan Ingram, we really haven't had anybody to fill that void. Right. So we definitely got I know John Harbaugh, he loves using tight ends, so we've seen it with Mark Andrews for years down there. So I'm pretty sure that's something they'll be looking into in this upcoming draft or in free agency.
And that's really the big thing, right? So you got to get your tight end, and you got to get that O-line right. I still don't. That O-line is still not right. There's something. It's just not complete, man. I mean, they're letting Jackson Dart get too much in there. And Scatterbo's having to fight for a lot of holes. I still think they got some more work to do on that. I mean, really, it's the trenches, right? And really more so the offensive side of the trenches. You got Thibodeau over there. Thibodeau has not done enough, in my opinion. Where you drafted him at, I feel like he gets lost in the sauce sometimes. Now, your other guy, Abdul Carter, I have not watched him as much, so I don't really know a whole lot about him. But the one thing I know about Harbaugh is he's a defensive guy. So I'm not really worried about your defense. He's going to get your defense on point. But I will say this, in Baltimore, though, that the last part of his tenure in Baltimore, that defense kind of started slipping really bad, and it started going down. And I think that's kind of one of the things that led to Harbaugh's exodus out of Baltimore. So I don't know what that magic formula that he had with Ray Lewis. And don't get it twisted on Joe Flacco, okay? They got it with Trent Green, too. Okay, Trent Dilfer, one of them. No, Dilfer was in Tampa. Trent Green was the one, I think, that was in Baltimore. But, that was the one that got the Super Bowl before Flacco. And so you got to look at those guys. I mean, they had like a hell of a good team. They had the best defense in the world under Ray Lewis and Suggs, and then you had a great running game. So some of that was a little skewed. I mean, the rest of the team is really what did. All Flacco did was just not turn the ball over, which is great. If your quarterback can facilitate, not turn the ball over, you're already steps ahead of the game. You don't have to have an elite guy when you have an elite defense and you have a good run game. Those two things work hand in hand, right? Time of possession, right? You keep their offense on the sidelines, you're good. And he was good at that in Baltimore. I don't know if that's how fast that's going to translate in New York. I think he's on a 2 to 3 year window. Dart, wasn't selected by him, so it's going to be interesting to see how that all flows out and stuff. But honestly, I kind of think if it was me, I probably would have waited until what's his name that just got let go? McDermott. Yeah, man.
Hold on.
Let me finish. I didn't interrupt you. Did I interrupt? I didn't interrupt. Just give me my 2 seconds. Listen. Sean McDermott is good. You need a good defensive guy. But Sean McDermott's going to go, what happened in Buffalo wasn't his fault. That didn't fall on player execution. That didn't have fall on a play calling. That was player execution or lack thereof. You know what I'm saying? But I like Sean McDermott. I think he's a great coach. And also, and I think another one, and I'll turn it back over to you. The other one I think was really good was the Pittsburgh Steelers coach Tomlin. That dude, listen, honestly, that's really the dude you got to go after because that dude has not had his losing season in 19 seasons. And this dude, I've seen several times since Ben Roethlisberger retired. Look who he's had. He had what? Trubisky, Pickett. He's had Justin, was it Fields? I think he had, or not Fields, but
yeah, he had Fields.
All right, Fields. You know, he's had a plethora of guys that have come and gone through that organization. Russell Wilson. Now he had, and then he had not Tom. Excuse me.
Rodgers.
Thank you, Rodgers. He had Rodgers, and you know Rodgers is done. That dude knows he's done.
He looked good. Hey, he looked good this year.
Yeah, but the thing about Rodgers is he's not mobile. So you got to have a damn good ass offensive line that can give his ass some time, and then he's got to have some good wide receivers. So let's just be honest. Even on a team that had really no true 100% field general, he's kept them winning no matter what. No matter what the situation was at quarterback, he kept them winning. And that's the guy I think that New York needs because you talked about change of culture. You want to change a culture? Bring Mike Tomlin in. He'll change your culture. Not that Harbaugh won't, but Mike Tomlin I think is a better choice.
Well, Matt, since you brought up Mike Tomlin, it has been reported that as soon as when Mike Tomlin said he would step down, that the Giants did reach out to him. And Mike Tomlin did say, hey, I'm taking a year out away from football. Might do something on TV, which he pretty much told everybody. You will not hear no arguments about Mike Tomlin with me. But Sean McDermott, really, Jay? Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. He's done great with that. Tell me one bad thing about Sean McDermott that doesn't involve player execution.
9 years.
Yeah.
9 years.
Right.
He has not been able to get over the finish line in 9 whole years. This was the year.
And what's the track record on Harbaugh? When was the last time Harbaugh was relevant in Baltimore?
It's been a minute.
Okay, so what are we talking about? Apples and apples?
But we're talking about a leader of men. The Giants need a leader. They need a voice in the locker room that's an adult in the room. It shouldn't be Jackson Dart answering the tough questions. It should be the leader. It should be the coach. It should be John Harbaugh. The Giants defense. This, ladies and gentlemen, the defense will keep them in games. Their defense will keep them in games. They have pass rushers. They have a Dual Carter who had a great year last year. Had a good year last year. But with this man there in place, I believe he'll have a better season. We're talking about, like you said, he's a defensive-minded coach. And I want to these are the players that he has developed under him, Jay. Just listen to the list. Lamar Jackson, MVP. Ray Lewis, Hall of Fame. Ed Reed, Hall of Fame. Terrell Suggs, Justin Tucker, Marshall Yanda. He's developed a lot of good players under him. He's turned players into Hall of Fames. You don't think he can do that with Jackson Dart? And Jackson Dart, don't change him. Jay, you wouldn't be the podcaster that you are if we changed you. If we say, you know what, Jay? Turn your energy down. Don't be you. No, that is you. That is you. Be you. Jackson Dart, be you, man. The Giants just had to find a way to protect him. They have to upgrade this offensive line, which they've been struggling since they had Eli Manning, been there. But they finally made some improvement on the O-line this year. Us New York fans are having we finally seen some improvement.
Let's just keep it to Harbaugh. Let's do a deep dive on Harbaugh for a second. That didn't have to be too deep. It really just kind of goes back to what you said a minute ago. So you got a general manager, and Harbaugh said, "Don't care for him. I'm gonna jump him. I'm gonna jump the chain of command, and I'm gonna go straight to the owner." All that's doing is setting up a toxic work-related leadership position. You're jumping. What do you think is gonna happen? If these two dudes ain't in synonymous with working relationship and working side by side, do you know if you jump me and I'm your general man, there's gonna be some problems. And what is it on? And let's go a little deeper than that. So then now Harbaugh is the guy. He's the one that sets the discipline. He's the one that goes in as the enforcer, but yet he shows a lack of discipline and bypasses the chain of command and goes straight to the top. So now what do you want the quarterback to do? What does that set the example for the quarterback? What does that set for anybody else on that team? Oh, you know what? Fuck Harbaugh. Hell with the offensive coordinator. If Harbaugh can go straight to the man and bypass the GM, I can bypass his ass and go straight to the top. I'm just saying, it sets a toxic leadership position. And he didn't even step day one. And he's already putting toxicity into the team. I don't like that. I don't like a leader that jumps chain of command and then wants his troops to follow him and not jump the chain of command. Come on, man. What are we doing, bro?
Hold on, Jay. Are you saying that's the reason why the Dallas Cowboys have been irrelevant for the last 30 years?
We're not talking about the Cowboys. That's a whole other situation. Freddie, that's a whole other situation. How are you going to talk about the Cowboys? Because you know the owners and GM. Come on, man. You can't talk about that. That's not the same. That's not the same. That's completely different.
That is the same.
No, because they're the same thing. You can't. Okay. So if McDermott was a GM, okay. I'm asking if Harbaugh was a GM, then yeah, okay, I get it. He could go straight to the manager, and it would be no jump in the chain of command. But he's not the general manager, so it's not the same thing. That's apples and oranges. You can't compare them to. Try again, Freddie. I'll give you one more shot at it. Go ahead.
All I'm saying is, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't breaking news, by the way, what I'm about to say. This is just a fact. Hey, what's your coach name now? You go through so many. What's your coach name now? What's your coach name?
You know who my coach is, but if you need me to tell you, Schottenheimer, I don't understand. How we go from see, you do this whole deflection thing. Come back to your original point and try to make your original point. Now, I did dispel the first one. Try again.
Well,
Mr. Because I know you like to go left and right to prove your point. This ain't Freddie. Let me see what I can bring left and right. Hey, watch it. Let me pick this out of left field. Hey, Jay, I got this out of left field. Now, what are you talking about? No, Freddie, let's stay.
What do they call him? Scotty? They call him Scotty. When he go talk, he don't talk to no general manager because there's no general manager there. He goes straight to the owner. Oh, wait, there is a general manager. His name is Jerry Jones. So he goes.
What does that have to do with the relevant What does that do with the relevant? That's nothing to do with the conversation.
But what I was saying is, Jay, I know you're confused because that's how it goes down.
I'm not confused.
That's how it goes down.
You're confused. I'm not confused.
But if you know John Harbaugh, when he was in Baltimore, he didn't talk to the general manager. He went straight to the ownership, and he's been there 18 years. So apparently, what he does, it works. It helps him keep a job. It helps him have winning seasons. It helps him go to the playoffs a lot. It helps him win a Super Bowl. So obviously,
got fired.
And we also know that you, as a Cowboy fan, you don't know what that feels like or what it takes because in the last 30 years, y'all have been irrelevant. Let's just be honest. Let's just call a fact a fact. Let's just call a fact a fact.
Okay. We want honesty. You want honesty?
Did I lie?
Hey, no. Hold on. Watch this. Okay, we're pulling out of left field. That's what we're doing today. All right, bet. I'll pull one out of left field. Watch this. I got one. Watch it. Bam. Oh shit. Hey, Jay. I'm not a Giants fan. I'm a Rams fan. Let's go, Rams. Come give me a Rams jersey. I tell you what, Freddie, when you decide on a team that you can stick with for 30 years, and regardless of left, rights, ups, and downs, and you can come talk to me about a team. But you ain't sticking with a team more than 5 damn minutes. So let's pump the brakes.
What's the name of the jersey? What is the name of the jersey? I know you might need some bivocals. Do you see? Can you see? Can you see, Jay? Can you see?
Yeah, okay, you put it on there. That's some good AI work, but I'm just saying it doesn't mean a damn thing because we all know you. Freddie, anybody that knows you knows this. It's not like I'm pulling this out of thin air. Everybody that's ever been affiliated with you knows that you jump teams, Freddie. You jump them like I jump underwear, Freddie.
I plead the fifth. But
I know you do. It's okay. Plead the 5th, the 6th, and the 10th. Hell.
But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, the Giants got their coach. They got their coach. You know what? I love it. They wanted John Harbaugh the moment that he came available. They've been approaching him. They went after him. And so, hey, they feel like this is a guy that's going to help them take them to the next promised land and take them to the next level. So, hey, I'm just glad they have a plan put in place. But there's another coach that's been with this team forever. We kind of talked about it a little bit as well down there in Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin, he stepped down, ladies and gentlemen. He's no longer the coach and with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And no, he's not a part of this coaching cycle. There's a lot of teams that need a head coach, and he is not a part of it because he is telling teams that, hey, I want to step. I want to take a year off and be a part of TV. So we're not sure what network he's going to be a part of yet, but it seemed like that's the route that he's going to take. And ladies and gentlemen, I've seen all kind of crazy stuff, and I just want to address it. And I've seen some people say, oh, he shouldn't have lost his job because he was black. Oh, this and that. Race have nothing to do with it. If we're being honest with it, race has nothing. It has zero. It has absolutely nothing to do with the reason why this man got fired. And while we can say Mike Tomlin is a great coach, while we can say that he's a leader, while we can say he held players accountable, it has been 9 years since they won a playoff game. Yeah, I know he never have a losing record in the regular season, but it has been 9 years, and a lot of it is not his fault. But when you be with a team for 18 years, you have say-so on the players they bring in. They mishandled their player development. When Big Ben was there, they should have been looking for another guy. A lot of teams can look at the Green Bay Packers and see how they handle business. Yeah, a lot of people didn't like that they brought Jordan Love in there because it ruffled some feathers. They didn't like that they brought in Aaron Rodgers when they had Brett Favre in there because it's going to ruffle some feathers. But it looked like all three have been successful. Yes, Jordan Love hasn't won a Super Bowl yet, but he's been in the playoffs with them. He's a young talent. Even with Big Ben, the last couple of years of his career, he wasn't the Big Ben that we knew. They should have been looking for somebody to replace Big Ben a long time ago. The most productivity out of the quarterback position they've gotten was a 41, 42-year-old man in Aaron Rodgers. And that still wasn't enough. So he deserved. And Jay, I really believe this is how the conversation started. I know everybody's saying, oh, I'm stepping down. He probably met with ownership. Hey, Mike, you're a legendary coach, man. We don't want to fire you, but you know it's time. Yeah, you know what? I agree. I'm just going to step away. That's probably how the conversation went. And if I'm Mike Tomlin, I'm glad. I'm happy. Because you can finally take a breathe, and now you can go wherever you want to go. Now the team's going to have to trade for him, but he can go wherever he wants to go now. And as we can see this year, we had 10 openings. We'll probably have 10 more openings next year. Especially they know this man is available. Let me say it again. Especially that they know that this man is available, because you do not let a Mike Tomlin be available and you don't try to go get him. Jay, your thoughts?
Yeah, man. First of all, I just want to say to the Pittsburgh Steelers and Mr. Rooney in particular, I think you're a class organization. Really, you're a very they are a very, very classy organization, because they recognize the efforts that Chuck Noll put in, that Bill Cowher put in, and that Mike Tomlin put in, and they handled it with grace and they handled it with respect. They brought him in. They talked to him. There was no secondhand information. It was no, hey, I found out via text, I'm not a coach, whatever. No, they brought him in. They looked him eye to eyeball, and they appreciated what he'd done for the organization. They wanted to go a different direction, and that's okay. That's their right to do so. I love the way they handled it. And I think that's the way every organization should handle it. I mean, we've seen what New England did to Bill Belichick, right? We saw what he did to Tom Brady. They got some shitty ass departures out of there, right? And they brought them 6 damn Super Bowls. And that's the problem. New England is not classy, in my opinion. The way they did their guys, that's not classy.
Look what the Ravens did with John Harbaugh. They said it was over a phone call.
Yeah, I mean, they're all like that, man. It's ridiculous. The level that these guys are giving you a lot of service, and they've brought a lot to that organization, and this is how you treat them. It's just ridiculous. But anyway, I don't want to start too far on that, but I just wanted to say that I appreciate the way Art Rooney and them handled that situation. I thought they did a great job. And I know Art Rooney, I don't know how much, I don't know if I really believe that they told him that they wanted him to step down. I think and the reason why I believe that he voluntarily stepped down, I think it was his choice to step down, is because Rooney came on TV, national TV. I don't know if it's ESPN, but I saw him on national TV, and he said that he wanted Tomlin back. It was not his decision to move on, that it was Tomlin that wanted to step away. So I don't really believe that they were moving on from him. I think Tomlin I think in his heart of hearts, I think he realized that he was, I think he took that team as far as he could. And I think he needed a break, is what I really believe. And I think that's why he stepped down. I mean, only the people behind the closed doors know that situation, right? But I truly believe that if that wasn't the case, if they told him, hey, look, we got to let you go, but we'll let you resign. If that really was the truth of it, that Tomlin would have came out and said, nah, that's not how it went down. How it went down was this way. I really believe he would have said something. And the fact that they came on national TV to do that, I don't think that Rooney would disrespect him and lie about it. I think they, like he said, he wanted him back. I think they wanted him back. But I think Tomlin decided it was time to step away. And this is all Tomlin's decision, in my opinion, just based on what I've seen so far. But at the end of the day, man, DK really let that team down too. There's a lot of games where DK missed a lot of stuff, and he did not do his routes like he was supposed to fully. So I think DK really let them down big time. But at the end of the day, man, Mike Tomlin's going to get another job at some point when he decides to come back.
No, I agree. Also, that defense let him down as well. That defense was supposed to be much better this year. Let's not act. Hey, that defense was supposed to be much better.
It was.
I know this team. A lot of our shows talked about who should go to Pittsburgh. I think I'm looking at a guy like Brian Flores. I think he'll be a perfect.
Oh no,
fit.
Flores. That's exactly what I was thinking of. I've been a big Brian Flores. I've been lobbying for Brian Flores to get a job since he left Miami. When the Texas job came available and they brought in, and that's when DeMeco Ryans took over. But they had brought Flores in for an interview, and I was really kind of hoping that, even though I'm a Cowboys fan, I still love my city, and I thought that would have been a good pickup for them. I like what he did on defense, and I like the way he handled situations. I know the whole Miami thing was real messy, but I think he's a great coach. I like the way he rebuilt Miami. He gave that team to McDaniel, and McDaniel just screwed the pooch on it, in my opinion. But yeah, I would love to see Brian Flores get another job, and he did a great job with defense over there at Minnesota. I mean, they just got a quarterback situation that they are going to have to address at some point.
And that's why I believe you bring Brian Flores. He's a leader. His specialty is defense, which that's been Pittsburgh forever. They rely on their defense. You have T.J. Watt, and I believe he's going to need help on offense. And I believe Mike McDaniel be the OC. Mike McDaniel, I don't think he should be a head coach.
He's like a Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels is probably the best damn coordinator I've ever seen. What he's done with Mac Jones, Tom Brady, and now Drake May. I mean, come on. This dude is the real deal, right? Because he had Mac Jones in the playoffs in his rookie season. And then the year he gets Drake May, literally that same year they brought McDaniels and Vrabel in. Now Drake May's in the damn MVP conversation. So McDaniels, but he sucks as a head coach. He was terrible he was terrible with the Raiders. He was terrible with Denver. Just that's just not his forte. And I think that's what McDaniels is. I think McDaniels is a great coordinator. He's a great offensive mind, but he is not a head coach.
Yeah, he's magical, but it's time to be a leader. That's not him. He's magical.
It's not. But here's the deal, though. I'm going to go back to one of your other comments, though, and address something real quick. I think Tomlin, you talked about the talent that's come there. That's not Tomlin's job to bring the talent in. His job is to coach the talent they give him. So if he really wants to start pointing fingers of why this roster's so jacked up, you got to go to the general manager because he's the one that brings the talent. That's his damn job. So the general manager, that's the general manager supposed to be getting that job.
But Jay.
Now, hold on. Now, Mike Tomlin does have an input. Don't get it twisted. I know he's going to have input, but it still falls on the GM to bring people in and say, Tomlin, these are the guys we're giving you. Work with it.
But Jay, when you have an input, you get held accountable for the input. It's just like the Baltimore Ravens owner just came out and said, hey, Lamar, do you want to be a part of this coaching search? So guess what now? Lamar has an input of who they bring in. So if it don't work, guess who they can hold accountable?
Tomlin.
Lamar.
Well, I'm sorry, we're talking about Ravens. Yeah, Lamar. It would be. Yeah.
It goes the same way with Mike Tomlin. And I agree. Mike Tomlin is a hell of a coach. One of the best coaches in the game of football today. One of the best leaders of men.
Yeah.
We know, it's not his fault, the reason why they haven't won a playoff game.
Right.
It's the lack of talent.
Like I said, when you got gap fill, even Rodgers. I know Rodgers is a Hall of Famer.
He's not the same Rodgers.
I called him a gap fill because at his age, where he's at in his age, you're not getting a long-term deal out of him.
He's not the guy of old. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. At this point, I feel like he's a gap fill quarterback because of the age and the lack of movement and things like that. And I think for the longest time, ever since when Ben left the team, they've had nothing but gap fill quarterbacks. They have not had a legitimate, 5-star caliber guy taking the reins. And it is a travesty. Like you said, when Ben was there, just like Green Bay is real good about bringing the heir apparent in and then letting him sit. And then when he gets his time, he gets his time. If they would take on that formula back then, but even the problem with it back then, they were playing so damn good. Who were you going to bring in? Because they never had a first-round top pick to bring anybody in. They've always won. And that's the problem. When you win all the time, you don't get those top lottery pick or those top quarterbacks because you're down at the bottom of the barrel.
That's true. So since we're talking about trades and general managers, ladies and gentlemen, this is about to get personal for me.
Let's go. Talk about it, Freddie. I know you're hurting. I can see the pain coming out of your face. Let's go.
Rich Paul, if you don't know, he's doing a podcast with Max Kellerman, an agent doing a podcast with Max Kellerman. Yeah. And Rich Paul says the Lakers should trade Austin Reeves, the guy that's averaging 27 points. The guy that says, I'm him, for Jaren Jackson Jr. Yeah. And there's no knock on Jaren Jackson Jr., ladies and gentlemen, because he's a good player. He's a great defensive player. He could help solve a lot of defensive problems for the Lakers, But the problem is who said it. Ladies and gentlemen, the only reason why you know who Rich Paul is because of one and only LeBron James, who, by the way, had to be Austin Reeves' teammate. Could you imagine, Jay, going into that locker room, knowing what your agent said? And you're like, man, if the agent said it, how do you feel, LeBron? What do you think? And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Austin Reeves' agent confronted Rich Paul at a Laker game about that. And he was right about it. He's rightfully so to do that. Rich Paul, do you realize what you're doing? You're you have a potentially hurting a locker room, hurting the morale of teammates when you do things like that. Because the things that you say, people are going to think it's associated with who? LeBron James. I'm Jay. I know it's been a minute since me and you have been on here. My attitude towards LeBron has changed totally. 1,000%. I'm so tired of LeBron on the Lakers. I'm ready for him to go. Because we didn't have stories like this before him. We didn't have stories like this when Kobe was on the team. We didn't have stories. We've never had stories like this. But that's the problem. Rich Paul thinks he can say whatever he want to say. And you know what? This is the Lakers' fault. The Lakers caused this problem. Because when LeBron was the face of the Lakers, whatever Rich Paul said, the Lakers did. Trade all these draft picks for this player. Rich Paul did. Hey, I cover him as well. But now that the things have shifted in LA, where this is no longer about LeBron, it's all about Luka. Rich Paul don't have that much power with the Lakers anymore. Yeah. This isn't a good look, ladies and gentlemen. If I was Austin Reeves, I wouldn't know if I can trust LeBron anymore. And quite as it kept, LeBron probably didn't even put that trade idea in his mind. But when you're associated with the person, you best believe people are going to think that way. Jay, what was your thought?
Yeah, it comes down to ethics and leadership. Ethics and leadership. And what I mean by that is, and they don't, and really it goes for both people. Rich Paul clearly has no ethics, no business ethics. That was what he did was so unethical. It just describes the very definition of unethical, right? It was just bad business on Rich Paul's part. It was bad ethics on Rich Paul's part. And quite honestly, I think there should be something levied against him from the NBA or whatever. Because I feel like, and I know they don't have tampering rules, but I feel like that is a hardcore taste of tampering. And I don't know how, and I don't know if the NBA needs to look into this and investigate it and figure out, okay, how do we deal with these agents doing this type of thing? Because it's just it's horrible what he did. It's absolutely freaking horrible. And now let me move on to the LeBron James part of that equation. And the reason why I say LeBron James is not a true leader is because a true leader, if you're really the leader of that damn team, which let's be honest, that's why they brought him in there. This is your creme de la creme, right? He's the one that calls the shots. Don't even give me to tell you how he manufactured his son being there. Because we know damn good and well he shouldn't have been on that damn team. Don't get me started on that part of the equation about why it's bad for the Lakers. Look, I know LeBron has got some rings, and I know he got you a ring in the bubble. But honestly, if you take the bubble part of it after it, he's done nothing but deteriorate the Lakers, deteriorated them, Freddie, deteriorated. And here's the thing: this is what he should have done. What he should have done, if he's really a leader, if he's really the man of the team, if he really cares about the locker chemistry, what he should have done was went up to Austin Reeves and said, "Hey, Austin, hey, I had nothing to do with that, man. I had nothing to do with that. I'm gonna go on camera and I'm gonna chastise my agent and tell him what he did was wrong. I'm gonna make this right publicly." Because what he did to you was wrong. That's how you square away it. He should have talked to Laker management. He should have squared away with Laker management. He should have went after Rich Paul, because I know Rich Paul listens to him. He should have did it publicly. He should have told him on public, hey, what you did is ridiculous. You don't come into my locker room and start talking about my teammates being traded. That's not what we do. That's not how Laker Nation is built. That's not that you're dividing my damn line. No, leave us alone. Let me do my thing. And that's what a leader does. A leader steps up and corrects the situation. He addresses it head on. He addresses it with all parties involved, and he gets his damn locker room back on track and back on focus. That's what you do. And that would have got Austin Reeves to buy back into this. You want to get Austin Reeves to be loyal to your team? That's the way you get Austin Reeves to be loyal. Because right now, I wouldn't blame him if he left. I wouldn't blame him if he's disloyal. What's he being loyal to? Nah, man. If that's the leader of my team, I expect a lot more from him. And I'm gonna tell you, Freddie, I know the topics were, are you in a panic? You're damn right you're in a panic. Because you're letting this dude run your team. And he's running it into the damn ground. Every which way but loose. And I'm sorry, but Kobe Bryant would be turning over his damn grave right now. He would be disgraced at what's going on.
Well,
nah, Kobe would have never, ever, ever let that happen. That's not how Kobe would have.
Jay, that brings me to the next topic. Should Freddie be worried about his Lakers?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Lakers are 25-16. They had a hot start to the season with Luka and Austin Reeves. No LeBron. They're number 6 in the West the last time I checked. They was a top 4 seed without him. Their offensive rating is top 10. They can score. When you have 3 guys like that, you can score. The defensive rating, they're bottom half. Play no defense. Luka, MVP type season. 33 points a game, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. Those are MVP numbers, ladies and gentlemen. LeBron's giving you 22, 5, and 6. Austin Reeves, 27, 6, and 5. That right there is an improvement. Before Austin Reeves got down, ladies and gentlemen, he was going to be an all-star. He was going to be an all-star. But this team they can score. They have 3 guys that can put the ball in the basket. They have the young coach in J.J. Redick, which I love. I love J.J. JJ's getting a stretch. Hey, Jay, I consider JJ Redick like a president. Have you noticed? Well, whatever president come in office, they can come out there with the blondest hair, the black hair, and when they leave, it's just full of gray. That's going to be JJ Redick before he's done in LA. That's going to be him.
Man.
Their defense sucks.
Yeah.
Interior and on the perimeter. You brought in DeAndre Ayton, and he's so wishy-washy. You don't know what you're going to get. This Laker team have not been healthy. That's nothing new. That's nothing new. We've been battling that for the last couple of years. And I'm just happy that the savior is here. And that's Mark Walter. Laker Nation, get used to hearing that name. He don't play. And I'm just interested. If he's able to do what he's doing with the Dodgers, I want to see what he's going to do with the Lakers. LeBron James was up for a contract extension this past summer. The Lakers could have gave him another contract. I believe Mark said, nope. We're going to let him accept this player option. This will be his last year in purple and gold. The only way I can see him coming back to the purple and gold is if he say, you know what, I'm going to take a real cheap, friendly deal. But he won't get that big, hefty money like he did. This is Luka's team now. And it's time to build around Luka the way that we need to build around Luka. We need to make a trade. We have some dead weight. Gabe Vincent, he hasn't done anything for us. Bye. Maxi Kleber, he hasn't done anything for us. Bye. Dalton Connect, you had a bright future. Hey, we thought this was a steal in the draft last year. Or the year before last. Because this dude lit it up in Summer League. He said, oh, man, this dude can score. Came into the NBA that season, lighting it up. And I blame it on the Lakers as well on him. They tried to trade him. They canceled the trade, and he hasn't been the same since. But you know what? Who we have a bigger problem with outside of LeBron James is somebody that's worse than him. Rob Pelinka. Rob Pelinka.
Yeah, baby.
That man should have been out of LA a long time ago.
He's the Brian Cashman of the Lakers.
Yeah. Genie Puss, you chose Rob Pelinka over Magic Johnson. And this dude has not done anything. And he hasn't. People go say, oh, he got Luka. No, Luka fell in his lap. Yeah. Rob Pelinka didn't have to do that. I look at the deal, the trades that we make, Jay.
Yeah.
Teams want more from the Lakers already because they're not trying to help us win. They don't want to help us win. But most importantly, they don't want to deal with that dude because they know he was a butthole when he was an agent. He was arrogant as an agent. They don't want to deal with him because of who he is. The only reason why he has a job is because he's Kobe agent.
Pretty much. Yeah. Very much so.
I would not be surprised if he's gone. This team can score, but they play no defense.
Oh, no.
LeBron at 42 years old is not going to play defense. Luka don't play defense. Austin Reeves play no defense. You got to beg Aiden to play some defense.
Yeah.
So help me.
I will say though, in Aiton's defense, the last game he played was a perfect game. So the last game he was out, he was actually good. But to your credit, he is spotty, and that's the problem. Because you said earlier, you don't know what version you're gonna get. Truthfully, Freddie, you know how you're gonna save your team, and you're not gonna want to hear this. Matter of fact, you're probably gonna roll over and be like, "Oh my God, I don't want to do this." But it's going to have to happen. Your team is in a disarray. Let me ask you one question because I don't know your draft status. How many draft picks do you have in this year's draft?
I know we have a first rounder. And I think we have maybe like 1 or 2 second rounders. Not many.
But do you know what draft? I mean, roughly, you're not a lottery pick, right? I don't think you're a lottery pick in the draft. So you're probably midway down, which means you'll probably get an average B leg player, maybe a spot up shooter, whatever. You're not going to get anything significant that's going to do anything for your team. Freddie, if this was me, this is exactly what I would do, man. If it was me, and I know you don't want to hear this, man, but yeah, you're right.
Don't you say it, Jay. Don't you say it, Jay.
I'm going to say it. You're not going to like it, but it's no, Freddie, I'm sorry. But even you know it's the truth. You don't have shit for draft. You don't have nothing. So now you got to bank it on free agency. Well, and that's good because you got their premier group to do that. And I guess if they're willing to go way above the luxury tax, that's probably what you're going to have to do because you're going to have to pay all these free agents. And that's going to cost you some money. So are they willing to pay the luxury tax? Probably. I don't think you can defer money like they did with the Dodgers. So you're going to have they got a hard cap. So you're going to have to work within that cap. So they're not going to have the free reign like you think they got the free reign like they did in baseball. They can do what they want to do in baseball because baseball don't have that hard cap. So it's au plenty. But in NBA, it's a little bit different. So you're going to have to still micromanage your money, which means you have no draft capital. So if it was me, and I know LeBron sucks, and I know I got a lot of dead weight on I looked at your roster. You ain't got shit. You really don't. Outside of your starting five, which by the way, your starting five is really even not that great. Outside of Luka and Reeves, because you got Bron, but Bron's sometimes he's hurt. So I don't even. My point is this: you're gonna have to rebuild. You are. What I would do if I was you, I would keep. Obviously, you're gonna keep Luka, and you're gonna keep AR-15. Those are the two dudes I would keep because I really think AR-15 is could be part of a big three. You just got to figure out who the other one is to build with that big. Obviously, you got Luka. That's your one. So now you got to find who's going to be in the 2 spot, right? Or maybe even in the 3 spot if you want to move AR-15 to the 2 spot. Either way, you got 2/3 of a big three, but you need to get rid of Bron, and you're not going to get nothing for Bron. So you're just going to have to just let him play it out and roll on.
I agree. I don't disagree.
You missed that gravy train on trading Bron for picks. You could have done that, and you never did. But so now that gravy train is gone.
Jay, I think there'll still be a team be foolish to do it. You don't think
I mean, hey, look, if you want to test free agency, that's fine. Me personally, I think it's just going to wind up. And look, if he's gonna pick. Let's be honest, he's gonna pick up the option. He's gonna get that. He's not gonna just let that money go by the wayside. He's gonna pick up that option. So if you want to trade him during the option year, hey, you can give it a good go at it and see if you can. And if you get it, great. If you get it, whatever, that's perfect. But otherwise, you're just gonna have to move on from him. And so that's why I don't even look at Bron as part of the equation. He's just kind of off the wayside for me. So I'm looking at the rest of the team, the Necks, the Marcus Smarts, the Hachimuras, the stuff like that, right? And you need to let them dudes go and see whatever you can get for picks. And then you need to start building. And you can do it via trade. You can do it any kind of number of ways with those picks once you get those picks. But you really don't have a whole hell of a lot to work with, Freddie. You really don't. And there's nobody to blame for this but Jenny fucking Buss. Because she's the one that allowed. Remember, look, this is how bad. This is when you should have been panicking. When you should have been panicking is when she brought every Tom, Dick, and Harry in to advise her on how to run the damn team. Remember that? Remember everybody and their mother coming in to give her advice? She had Rambus come in. She had Magic come in. I mean, she was calling all the Laker greats to come in and tell her what her dad should, what her dad was really trying to tell her from the grave. Get rid of Rob and go get a real damn GM and let's rebuild this team. That's what you should have done, but you didn't. So now, Freddie, I want to welcome you to the world of hell.
Well,
look. Jesus has not come. The rapture is not here. There is still time to resurrect the Lakers. But here's the deal. You are what they call in the Bible, the tribulation. And while you in the 7 years of tribulation, just know that Rob Pelinka put you there. And Jenny Buss allowed it. And that's just the way it is, Freddie. That's just the way it is.
But, Jay, we're the Lakers. We've been here before. We always bounce back. We always do. This is what we do, and it's okay.
Watch this. Hey, Freddie. Remember back in the day? I'm gonna tell you what the Lakers is. Remember back in the day with Nick Van Exel, Vlade Divac. Remember those days?
Yeah.
Old. What was the other guy you had? The big dude that was their center.
Vlade.
No, it was the other one. It was even after Vlade. It was a dude that got hurt all the time. What was that dude's name? You know who I'm talking about.
You're not talking about Biden, are you?
There you go. There you go. You're in them years where you get a center who could be great, but he can't stay on the court. You're in those. Remember, because that's the Anthony Davis years. Hell, that's the LeBron James years. Man, y'all a bunch of walkers with the Showtime. Y'all like the old school Showtime. Hey, you know what you are? You Uncle Drew. That's what the Lakers are. You Uncle Drew, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Maybe you got a bit of a pair of glasses. Can you get a pair of glasses?
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see my face, that's me right now crying. I
can't tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, let me if you give me just a second of latitude, let's go down memory lane for a minute. There was a time when I was on ASAP Network, and me and Freddie were doing Freddie Facts back then. And Freddie adamantly told me, and he would categorically, as stubborn as he was, he would never say that MJ was better than LeBron. And I remember all the fights and the arguments that came out of it, right? Remember all them furious debates and how mad me and you would get at each other?
Yeah,
Can you just for once tell me? No. This is where the circle comes complete for Jay McLovin. Okay, this is where the circle comes complete. And I appreciate you having me on the show, by the way. It's a hell of a good time to be on the show.
Yeah.
Can you please just for once and all end the circus of craziness and just admit that Michael Jordan was better than LeBron James? And I know it hurts. Freddie, that humble pie, I know it hurts. But Freddie, look at me. Take it from a guy who's had 30 years of humble pie with the Cowboys. I know it sucks, killer. But sometimes you just got to bite this one, get it over with, and we'll drive on. It's okay. God is a merciful and graceful thing. He forgives you. Please.
I'm going to give you all my top three. You want the number one first? You want three first?
No, what I want you to do is I want you to say that MJ's better than LeBron.
Number
That's
one.
what I want.
Kobe Bryant. I've had a lot of thought of this. Number two, LeBron James. Number three, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. You heard it. And I said it. Yeah, dwell on it. You heard it. That's a fact from Freddie Fact. Yeah. Knock him on the boots, Freddie. That's what I do. That's what I do.
Okay. I never wanted to go this direction, but you have left me no choice. Jonathan Mathis 2.0. Clickbait master.
What?
That's what you've turned into. You Jonathan Mathis. You clickbait master. I don't believe it. That list you just gave me is bullshit. It's bullshit. I don't know. Maybe the fact, number one, that Kobe patterned his game after.
But he improved it. He
didn't improve shit.
He did improve.
I watched that guy play in Houston and miss every damn shot known to man. He couldn't make a clutch shot back in the day to save his life. Freddie,
he improved Michael Jordan's game.
You know what, Freddie? I can't do it no more with you, man. I can't do it. And all these listeners out here, they know it too. And everybody out here that's listening, they're like, Freddie Facts my ass.
Jay, he improved Michael Jordan's game.
Oh my God. No, he did not.
He was a better shooter than Michael Jordan. He was more efficient.
He was a better shooter than Jordan?
Yes, he was more efficient.
Get the hell out. No, he was not.
Yes, he was.
No, he was not.
Are you talking about Kobe Williams or the kid that play in Chicago right now? I'm talking about Kobe Bryant. He used to play for the Purple and Gold. He used to play for the Lakers.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you one thing, man. Some things don't change. They don't change. Some things just stay the same. And it's okay, man. Sometimes you just have to stay on drugs all your life. Sometimes cocaine is a hell of a thing. And I get it, man. Look, I understand. If you're snorting out there, Freddie, it's okay. I get it, man. It's okay. I feel like you're snorting.
But hey.
Because nobody believes that. Nobody in their freaking right mind believes that.
I believe it.
I know you do, Freddie. And you also believe in unicorns and fairies, but them damn things ain't here either. I can't believe you still believe this nonsense, man. I can't believe you believe this nonsense. Look, I will tell you right now, MJ would never bring his family into the team. He wouldn't do it.
You know
and
why?
The fact that this dude is willing to do it and you think he's better because you had him at number 2, better than MJ. Y'all know why. Nobody puts MJ at 3. Nobody in their right mind.
I do. Jay, LeBron could do everything better than Jordan.
Man, I don't know what they feed.
He's the number one.
I suggest you get your water tested. You may have lead poisoning. They may be stuff in your water, Freddie, that may be having tumors in your brain. Right now, you may have tumors all over your brain and you don't even know about it.
Number 1 all time. He's a better rebounder. He's a better facilitator. He's a better leader. He's just a better man overall than Michael Jeffrey Jordan. But I remember MJ. You know why MJ left so early? Let's be honest.
He was mentally weak. No.
He was mentally weak.
No, mentally, but you're fucking delusional. No offense, but you're the most delusional son of a gun. I'm really trying to. I'm not trying.
That's the truth. He was mentally weak.
Just, you're messing up my New Year's resolution. My New Year's resolution was not to cuss, and you're screwing it up. Listen, folks, I'm going to talk to you instead of Freddie, because at this point, there's no hope for him. This dude is just lost in the sauce. So I'm just going to talk to you because I know you know what I'm saying. And so let's be honest, man. When it comes to LeBron, number 1, the dude had to stay in the league a million years to get where he's at. Jordan, no. You let me speak. Don't you cut me off just because you want to talk. No, that's not how this works. Because I'm gonna give you some facts. You want some Freddie facts? I'm gonna give you some J McFacts. I'm gonna give you some J McFacts. McFacts. That's MCFAT. McFacts. I don't know how to spell. I was in the George Bush left behind, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. I can hear audio, so we're good. Look, guy, and I'm only gonna tell you this once. Jordan left early because there was nothing left for him to do. He didn't care about the scoring title. He could have stayed in honestly, he could have stayed in the league just as long as Jordan did. I mean, just as long as LeBron did. And probably would have, he definitely would have eclipsed the record. There's no doubt about it. But he left early because you know what? The dude done lost. He won 6. Look, this the dude that took 2 years off to go play baseball. And it comes back the first year. Now, he had to get a little bit of rust off his system. But what happened after that first year? 3 straight, right? Am I right or wrong? 3 straight?
Why did he take time off? Because he was
but did he get 3 straight? He wanted to go play baseball. Dude, that's how crazy it is. He was literally bored
mentally
with basketball. Weak. No. I want you to hear this. He was bored with basketball because there was nobody in the league that could ever challenge him. Now, this is a league that
you're
was
right.
Hold on. Let me explain. Hold on. Give me one more second. Little leeway, Freddie, because you got me at 9 o'clock and I could be watching national time. So you give me a little leeway here. He did it, Frank, because he was bored. There was nobody out there that could compete. Now, he played in a league that was physical. There was no flopping, and there was very little ticky-tack foul calls like Bron gets. You sit there and support a son of a bitch. And I can say bitch is a female dog. And I call LeBron a female dog. Don't care about it. He can take it up in my DMs. By the way, Bron, if you want to call me the DMs, that's great. I'd have to have you on the show. but listen, this a dude that built his life Unflopping, Freddie, unflopping. Listen,
No, that's James Harden.
You know it. Everybody knows it's true. Because the dude was like, hey, did the ref call it? Oh, we good? I get him now? Okay, bet. Like, come on, man. Jordan never freaking flopped. You can say what you want. He never flopped.
Brother. You lost the debate. You said Jordan got bored. He had no competition. Why? Because Larry Bird had a bad back. Kareem was old. Magic was by himself. He had no competition but the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, you're right, because Stockton wasn't a good player. Moses Malone wasn't a good player. Jeff Hornacek wasn't a good player.
Not enough to beat Jordan. No.
Exactly. You're right.
But guess what?
Not enough.
Jordan never had to play against Steph Curry, Klay Thompson.
But those were two Hall of Famers, Freddie.
He never had to play against nothing like that.
Those were two Hall of Famers. Two Hall of Famers that couldn't get the job done.
But look who
had to Freddie. Come on, Freddie. You don't really believe. I know you don't believe that. I know you don't. In your heart, you don't believe that.
Hold on. Boston had to team up to beat a young LeBron, Rondo, KG, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Big Baby John. They had to put that team together to beat a young LeBron James. Michael Jordan never had to go through nothing like that before. Am I right or am I wrong?
Hey, real quick. Hey, we're gonna take a quick station identification so I can give you a quick update on the game. Then we'll come back to this crazy debate and we'll try to figure Freddie out. Right now, it's a minute and 42 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter, and the IU just kicked a field goal. The score is 27-21, and now the ball is literally in Miami's court, and it comes down to this final drive for Miami. Can Miami get the touchdown to win the game? I don't know. We're going to find out, but it's a hell of a game. It really is. This is probably one of the best national titles I think I've seen, Freddie, and I don't know how long, because it's so close. It's so damn close. It's amazing. Anyway, so it's amazing to watch. But anyway, back to our debate.
But I'm just saying, Jay, LeBron can do everything. Jordan was limited. He was limited.
Tell me how. Please tell me how Jordan was limited.
He couldn't facilitate the way LeBron would facilitate.
How do you figure? He got 6 championships with one team.
Well, all he had to do was All he had to do was
one team.
Scottie Pippen did everything else. Then Rodman was getting all the rebounds.
There you go. Of course. Because you know what? When he got there, they had nobody. It was just him out of North Carolina. They had nobody. They didn't have Phil Jackson at the time when he got there. Phil Jackson came after they got Jordan.
Then you have Phil Jackson, who's an all-time great coach.
He's a great coach, no doubt about it. But guess what? Who else did he coach?
Have LeBron ever had that all-time great coach?
No. Who else? No. Hold on.
I'm asking.
We're gonna. Hold on. We're gonna leapfrog LeBron because you had LeBron at number 2.
Number 2.
So just no. So give me some latitude on this. So we're gonna leapfrog him if you don't mind. We're gonna leapfrog him and we'll go straight to number 1. Because at number 1, you had great Kobe Bryant, who we all know patterned his game. He's even admitted that he patterned his damn game after Jordan. So Jordan, by honestly, is the original Black Mamba. And really, Kobe's Mamba 2.0. He's Mamba 2.0. He's Mamba 2.0, and you know he's Mamba 2.0. But that's okay. We're gonna set that aside. We'll set that. Hey, hold on, Freddie. Hold on. We'll set that argument aside for another day. Let's focus on the task at hand.
His game off of Dr. J. If we want to be honest, if we want to be sit up and be honest.
Well, you let me finish my comment though. So my point is this: you said that Phil Jackson is a great coach and built that Chicago team. You can say the same thing about LA. Because before Phil got there, did they get championships before Phil? No.
Before
I'm talking about Kobe. I'm not talking. Who did Kobe get his first championship with? If you don't mind me asking.
Phil, yeah.
Okay, now what are we talking about? I'm not talking about Magic. I'm not talking about that. Because again, see, this is the problem. You can't stay on track, killer. I love you to death, and
but Jay, it was an argument to be made that they was going to win regardless. It don't matter if you have Kobe and Shaq. They didn't need Phil Jackson. They was going to win regardless. You could have went up their coach and say, hey.
You know and I know that Phil Jackson was the mastermind of that Lakers team. Let's be honest. And I will tell you this. And we talked about this on a previous show, and I said one of the greatest trades that ever happened in NBA, not the greatest, but one of the greatest trades that ever happened. It's probably my top 5. It's definitely my top 5. Maybe be in my top 3 or top 2, honestly, was when they traded for Kobe draft night with Charlotte and brought his ass over. And the reason why that was the greatest trade ever was because it freed up cap room to bring in Shaq. And then you literally put Batman with Robin off of one trade. Now, Freddie, hold on, Freddie, hold on. The last time I seen a trade that had that kind of an impact on a team was when the great Jimmy Johnson pulled off the Herschel Walker trade, and we know how that resoluted with Dallas. Those are probably the 2 greatest trades I have seen in sports overall history. Was the Kobe Bryant trade and the Herschel Walker trade. Those got to be the 2 best trades that ever happened in sports.
I agree, Jay. But to sit up here and say that LeBron James is not better than Michael Jordan, that's blasphemy. That's crazy.
Blasphemy?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Blasphemy?
That's crazy. Yes.
Let me ask you, what did Michael ever go on national television and say, I got a decision to make, and I'm going to make you wait for it. And I'm going to sit in this chair, and I'm going to soak in all this posterity because I need it.
Can I ask you a question?
He didn't have to do that shit. He didn't have
Can I
to
ask you a
do it.
question? Can I ask you a question? If you was building a team and you had a bunch of bums, but you needed somebody to put the team on their back and take them to the finals, are you choosing Jordan or are you choosing LeBron?
Really? That's what you're going to ask me?
I'm asking. That's a
I'm
question.
going to take Jordan 10 times over 10.
Hey, when has he ever done it, though? When has he ever done it? When has he ever done it?
Watch this. Hey, watch it. What's that show? The Varsity Blues? 10. She's a 10. Listen.
When has he ever done that?
Here's where it comes. Here's what it comes down to. And it goes back to what we talked about in the very beginning of it all. We talked about Rich Paul with the ethics, and we talked about LeBron James and the leadership. And I think he made a mockery or a circus out of your Lakers. I don't know why you defend the guy. The dude literally ruined your team. He got you 1 championship, but ruined you for a very long period of time.
That's why he's not in one anymore.
Hold on. This is the guy. This is the guy you want to go. This is the hill you want to die on. It's okay, Freddie. Let's die on this hill. Okay, we're gonna die on this hill. You ready? I'm gonna give you some stuff. You ready to die on this hill? We're gonna die on this hill. The dude misses. He has no leadership. And here, Michael Jordan, back in the day. Hold on. Watch it. Just follow me. I'll put you in timeout. Follow me. Remember them days when Mama put you in timeout? We didn't listen. Listen. Look, Jordan. Do you remember? If you remember right, because Rodman was a crazy dude. He was nutcase. He was like Antonio Brown before Antonio Brown was Antonio Brown. We all know that Rodman he still had screws loose. I mean, this dude over there with him in North Korea trying to make friends. That's how crazy that dude is, right? So he's off his rocker. This dude goes to Vegas. Remember when Rodman went to Vegas and he went to have that party? But he did it on his own volition. He didn't tell nobody. He just got on a jet and flew out, right? And what did Michael do? You remember what Michael did? What did Michael do? He got on a fucking plane and went there and grabbed his ass and brought his ass back. Not the coach, not the GM, not the security, not anybody else, but Jordan. And Freddie, that's what leaders do. They go in and get their dues. They say, look, you screwed up. I got you, but we're getting our ass back, and we're going to handle this. And he's always handled, and people were afraid to go against him. His leadership was so strong, they didn't want to go against him. They just went with what, and it got them 6 championships. And last time I checked, Braun is like a title. And I want you to hear this good. Let me ask you a question, Freddie. Ask you one question before I give you this very impactful statement. It's a very impactful, and I want you to listen clearly. You're a minister, correct?
Correct.
And by the way, I can't wait to go hear you preach. I really am. I told Mel about this the other day. We are going to come hear you preach because I have heard nothing but great things about you, man. I've seen your sermons. You look amazing, by the way. If anybody knows, Freddie, put up, what's the name of your church again? 281.
Yeah,
it's 281.
Yeah.
Yes. Amen. Freddie, let me ask you a question. You obviously, if you're a minister, you obviously know the Bible. You know the Bible way better than I do, right? You know the Bible, right?
Yeah, I know.
Prostitution is a sin, correct? It's a sin. I'm saying prostitution is a sin. Would you agree with that?
I agree.
So would you agree that LeBron James is a prostitute for the NBA?
Where did you get this from?
No, seriously. Would you agree that LeBron James is a prostitute for the NBA? That he has sinned against the NBA?
No.
In this case, he sinned against. No. Just follow me on this. I know it sounds crazy. But I want you to follow me on this. He's a prostitute. He goes to the highest bidder. Miami. Oh, that's a great. Remember Garden of Eden, and he over there with Cleveland trying to get a championship. And what happens? Miami reaches out with that apple. Hey, we got D Wade over here. Hey man, we got Chris Bosh over here. Just come on and take a bite of this apple. We're good. And what does he do? He gets on a plane with a big decision and goes over to that. But even when he went over there, did he get a championship year one? I don't think so.
No,
he didn't. Jordan would have got a damn championship even if he went over there year one. Jordan would have had a championship. But that's besides the point. We're talking about LeBron. He didn't get a chance. It took him a little bit of a minute to get a championship there. And then what happens, Freddie? Then Chris Bosh, unfortunately, has that medical issue. I think it was blood clots or something. So he has to retire. So there's no more him. So then that's not looking so attractive anymore with Miami. So then what does he do? Damn, I got to get a ring. And I know I can't just sit here and build a team like Jordan did. So let me just go on ahead. Man, that LA looks good. Man. So Lust. I'm gonna wrap it up. Give me one more second. I'm wrapping it up. Hold on. Let me time out.
Bring up Cleveland. What are you doing in Cleveland?
Okay, so he goes back to Cleveland. You're right. I apologize. You're right. He goes back to Cleveland to finally get the championship. I think it's when they had Kyrie Irving, right? And he gave a Kyrie. Him and Kyrie teamed up. It's another superstar. So he goes back there when they get Kyrie and gets his championship, and then he hauls ass to LA. And takes a bite of that apple. I mean, you take a bite of apples all over the place. We got a bite over here, bite up. What is that? That's lusting. LeBron. No. Think about it. Now think about it. Now. LeBron was lusting after what Jordan had. He's lusting. He's still lusting for it. That's why he's still in the damn league. He's trying to get to 6. And he's never going to get there, but he's lusting for it. And he's sinful. And correct me, pastor. Hold on, pastor. What's one of the 7 deadly sins? Is one of them lust? Oh, shit. We don't want to talk about that. Whoa, we don't want to talk about that. So he's envious. Hold on. He's envious and lusting after Michael Jordan. Man, somebody needs to get LeBron back into church. I recommend that he goes and listens to Pastor. And you need to send him a DM and invite him to your church. You need to get him right and get him safe in the back.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, I'm speechless right now. But listen, just listen here. The same thing can be said for Michael Jordan.
Hey, I done messed you up with that one. You didn't know how to take that, did you?
he needs some mentalist. He needs some mental help. Because Jordan quit.
That's not mental health. I just made you the best case ever. And you can't say
mentally weak. He couldn't handle it no more. He had to go play
mentally
baseball.
Weak.
LeBron went to 10 straight finals. You know how mentally challenging that is, but he withheld it. Jordan couldn't. He couldn't. LeBron didn't have a guy getting him 20 rebounds a game. LeBron didn't have Scottie Pippins that could do all the other things. LeBron didn't have the privilege of just being a scorer. He had to do everything. He had to do everything. He had to put everybody on his back. He had to carry the weight. That's one thing that LeBron had to do. LeBron didn't have the privilege of like Michael Jordan. Yeah, he got 6. Yeah, he didn't win none, but guess what? Jordan never had to go against teams that like LeBron have had to. The Boston teams, those San Antonio teams, those Golden State Warriors teams. He never. And guess what? LeBron had I'm going to say this. I'm going to end it right here. He had the hardest championship under his belt, and that's the bubble. The hardest championship, and that was the bubble. And ladies and gentlemen, you've heard professional athletes come out and say how hard that championship was, how hard it was.
Was it any harder than when Jordan had the flu? Hold on.
Harder.
Hold on. Was it any harder when Jordan had the flu? I'm just asking because I'm pretty sure that when you playing with the flu, That's a pretty hard thing to do. And he's still got a championship with the flu.
Jay, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, please. Absolutely.
How hard would it be right now for you to leave your wife for 3 months, not be able to see her at all?
I mean,
answer that wisely. Answer that wisely.
Oh no, I'll answer it pretty good. FaceTime. The fact we got FaceTime nowadays, I can do it. I can do it.
Oh, you could do it without the feel. You could do it without the hug, and you could do it without the affection. These are the things these grown men was missing, and they would run a whole bunch of men.
Freddie, let's be perfectly clear. If I was making the kind of money Braun was doing, my wife would not only kick my ass out, she would escort me to the bubble. So let's be real. Let's be real what we're asking here. You know what I'm saying? My wife like, 3 months? Let's see. When I get pregnant, I can't have nothing for 9 months. So 3 months ain't nothing. Yeah, you're good. Just FaceTime me every day and we're good. You know what I'm saying? What's that? That's like a trimester for a woman, man. One trimester. We're good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We done. Hey, y'all, this is an episode of Freddie Facts. This is just a taste of what it's going to look like. It get crazy. I want to thank my brother, Jay McLovin, for coming on. I want to thank him for blessing us with his presence. Friday, got a big episode with Kelsey Nicole Nelson. Tune in for that. 6 p.m. Central. Going to dive in a lot of questions, a lot of good topics. Going to get her prediction for the championship round. Looking forward to that. But hey, make sure you guys go follow Jay on his social media platform. Make sure you follow us over here at Prime Cover Sports Network. Go subscribe to the page on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook and everywhere else. Jay, thank you for coming on. And Indiana did pull it off 27-21. Miami did try to make a comeback towards the end, but it looked like they did not have enough time. But hey, heck of a game. Football playoffs have been we've had the best playoffs we've had in a long time. If we've been, these games have been great. They've all come down to the wire. So hey, this is what sports fans look up to. This is what we love. This is what we pray for. Hey, till next time, we out.
Yeah, hey, drop.
Prime Coverage Sports Network. Real coverage, real conversation.